you said in the past that one lesson from this Corona crisis is that your bank will be able to cut on travel costs, as well as also entertainment costs and real estate costs. So how much do you think you can save both in the short term as well as in the longer term?
Well, I'm not prepared to give you detailed numbers, but obviously with all the kind of also headwinds you have because of Corona and the more challenges you face, like we just talked about risk costs, though again, this is very much under control at Deutsche Bank. You have certain tailwinds, and that is on the cost side. We have seen that our clients, but I think all stakeholders are prepared and are actually also seeing the advantages of doing meetings differently. Of course, travel costs almost came to zero in the month of April, May, and June. I would warn people now to just take the zero and say, well, this is the new guidance. But one thing we learned that I think going forward, also with the feedback I get from clients, that overall travel will be handled differently going forward. We have seen that you can do in a very nice and efficient way client meetings, regulatory meetings, investor meetings via video, the way we just discuss it in a very disciplined way, in a very focused way. And hence we have set ourselves a clear target, what we can take as a learning from these last 2 or 3 months in terms of travel, but also, as you're saying, in terms of real estate costs. Deutsche Bank had more than 65,000 people working from home. Actually, it worked in a brilliant way. IT absolutely stable, services operations absolutely stable. Even in peak weeks like the last week of March, first week of April, where people had volumes and we had to work on volumes which we have hardly seen before. Absolutely stable environment. And hence, I think we will become more flexible in terms of working from home, and that will also mean that going forward, real estate costs will certainly come down. And hence, we have our numbers. We will put this into our plan for the year 21 and 22 as a kind of a positive, but it's too early to tell you now the exact numbers. But it's not immaterial. Let me put it this way.
Is there maybe a rough estimate you can give as to how non-material it is?
No, if I'm prepared to talk numbers if people have back tested that. But if I'm saying as a CEO it's not immaterial, then it is a number which honestly is enjoyable from a cost reduction point of view.
Okay. And how much less traveling will there be? Do you reckon? I mean, will it be half or?
Again, I think also there, Daniel, it's hard to see. I have been now 30 years in banking. I have seen 3-4 crises, and the immediate reaction from a crisis is that the balance goes from right to left. And now people are saying we don't need client meetings at all. Well, wait a minute. Client meetings must happen, should happen, because there are certain things which is even harder to bring across in video meetings like this. And therefore, I think there is also weight that for the first competitors are doing more active client meetings on site again. And I tell you, it will be a trend again. So I wouldn't say it's minus X%, but I'm sure that internal meetings where despite all cost discipline, this bank traveled too much for internal reasons, that also transatlantic meetings for 1 day or 2 days, that we will be far more thoughtful about this and try to limit that, and not only for cost reasons, but really for efficient reasons, and why also our counterparts and stakeholders and clients, they have learned actually that you can handle it via video in a nice way. You actually save the travel time, and therefore, again, I do think that for certain functions, in particular in the back office, it is a very material reduction in travel. For client meetings, I'm very reluctant to give you a percentage time, But I'm sure that also for client meetings, it is more than 10 or 20%. I'm absolutely sure because that's the feedback we also get from our clients.